Hey everyone, welcome back to sports. I'm Dugan Lloyd. This week, the focus for ECU is Saturday's opponent, Appalachian State. But this morning, football took a back seat to the memory of one of our nation's darkest days. With the flag at half-mast, Coach Mike Houston and his staff began both practice and his own press conference with a tribute to the victims and the first responders that risked their lives on that day. With the schedule as busy as a football coach's, forgetting memories from decades ago is pretty common. But on the morning of September 11, 2001, Houston remembers where he was down to the detail.
23 years ago, my wife and I are dating. I'm a high school football coach. I'm sitting getting ready for my second period class, and the baseball coach's son comes into the room and says, "Hey coach, somebody just flew a plane into a building in New York." So we flip on the TV, and me and 28 high school seniors sit there and watch the second plane hit the other tower. And it was obvious to us at that point that it wasn't an accident, that our nation was under attack. And I just sit here and think it, 3,000 Americans got up that morning to go to work and never came home. And I just don't want us to ever forget that day because it changed our nation.
I was actually in an English class, and I heard some people across the room talking about a plane hit a tower, and I was kind of confused, thought maybe I was up in the mountains of Western Carolina, thought maybe a small plane had hit one of the towers up there in the mountains. And then the teacher dismissed class, got back to the dorm room, and saw the news on the television there. And most of our players, we had very few of our players that were even born then, but just always keeping those that we lost that day in our prayers and our thoughts. Horrific event that kind of brought our country together. And just thankful for the people that continue to fight for this country and make this what I consider the greatest country in the world.
As mentioned, Harrell was still a student at Western Carolina University at the time. 23 years later, he still recalls every second of it, like so many other Americans.